Yo, what's up, guys? A video, unscripted, unthought through, just something I wanted to share here, document, as I think this can be a great learning for me later on to look back on, and maybe for people watching this as well, it can resonate. If you're helping people, if your mission is to serve people, if you are selling high tickets, if you're creating transformations, because what happened to me yesterday is I signed up a client a couple days ago. I met her here in Bali. Perfect client, ideal client, has like a lot of reach on LinkedIn, is not monetizing it, has like 35,000 followers on LinkedIn, and was lacking the systems, right, to getting consistent leads and sales. Had a handful of clients, did fit my ideal client, had customer results, was doing 5K per month, knew what she was doing, had sold it before, so perfect fit. And I just got really excited to actually help her with her business by implementing the systems, the strategies that she needed to consistently grow their business. There was a lot of potential there, which she just simply wasn't using. And we agreed for the collaboration, and I got excited to help her. So I freed up some time in my agenda to actually help her this week. And we had agreed that the first payment would come in next week, which was my first mistake. And before the kickoff session, before the strategy session that I have with my clients here in Bali, just physically, there was already some buyer remorse. There's a lot of questions coming up about if this is the right fit, if this was what she needed. I thought I had spent proper time in the sales conversation before, explaining, creating the gap, explaining what it was that she needed, or making her realize what she needed. I think that was the first lesson, that I hadn't created the gap long enough and identified the pain for her well enough, that was really something she was fully committed to, and perhaps hadn't explained the process well enough, because there was a lot of questions coming up, which are often an indicator, guys, if you get this as well. If you get a lot of questions, then there's often an indicator there might be a lack of trust or a lack of transparency of how you have communicated your offer. And normally I do my sales conversations behind my computer with my sales script, so I can actually see if I asked all of the right questions. This was more of a free flow conversation, just face to face. And that came up. I handled the questions. I handled them over the app. She agreed to join the program, came here, did a strategy session. I think great strategy session. She mentioned she got a lot of value from it, about providing the strategies on how to monetize, how to do lead gen, how to get qualified leads. There were leaks in her funnel. There were leaks in her funnel while she was getting a lot of attention, but was missing that second step where you actually nurture your leads and get qualified sales calls, right? So this was the biggest opportunity for her to grow her business. Gave the strategy, the action points, everything was clear. And about an hour after the session, what I spent with the preparation, everything, I think 3 hours of my time on, got a message that she felt it wasn't the right fit, and she needed someone to, not the ideation, but someone to actually do the execution or so, I think. Before that, she was also in the process of hiring a VA. And I tried to explain to the person that you cannot, if you don't understand your processes fully, if you don't understand your processes, your sales process, which is your fucking bloodline of your business, guys. Come on, if you don't understand how that works, how do you expect a $5 VA from the Philippines to figure out how your business works? It doesn't make sense. And I get it, it's fine. Like I've been there before as well, but this is why you hire mentors who can actually make you see past the next hill, right? You are climbing your mountain and you think that this is the top. Well, actually there's a bigger mountain behind that what you cannot see. And behind that is a bigger mountain. So your client, and in this case my client, but probably your client as well, can only see the top of the first mountain. And they don't know that there's a second mountain and a third mountain. And if you're somewhere here looking down, you can oversee all of those mountains, right? And you can see the different peaks of the mountain, so you know what's coming. So from a sales perspective, but also from a coaching and mentorship perspective, It is about asking the right questions so that people actually realize that the peak that they have in mind or where they think they need to go is not actually the end destination. So yeah, I just wanted to create this video in terms of the lessons that I'm learning, that even though it's a friendly in-person conversation, even though you're excited to help for someone, nothing changes until after you commit. And I've said this in so many videos, and it's so true. The commitment happens as soon as the money is in my bank account and from her bank account to mine. This is where the commitment happens. And it was my mistake to already get excited because I know how much value I could provide in this business, how I could help her grow, to already do that strategy session. Just good faith, just excitement as well. But nothing changes until after you commit. And this is why, for whatever reason, after the session, she felt she needed a VA or something, which could have been part of the progress as well, but that doesn't really matter. She found a loophole. She was able to get out, which means I wasted 3 hours of my valuable time. And that's even more unfortunate. She's stuck in the same fucking position again. And that pisses me off because I know I can help people. I know I can help her. And I know what results my previous clients are getting and how quickly their businesses are growing simply by implementing the systems. And by, I would say, my lack of creating that commitment for her, my lack of doing a proper sales process because it was an in-person process, now she's left and stuck in the same position again, thinking that a VA will solve the growth of her business. So these are just things for me I need to reflect on in terms of how I better handle my sales process, how I better handle creating that gap and getting that commitment. Because normally, obviously, I don't start my program, I don't start my process until actually the payment is in. For this case, I made the exception, but yeah, that's on me. But that's, again, a lesson for me and hopefully a lesson for you as well, that no matter who you can help, how you're excited, keep the frame as the authority, create that gap, right? Create the gap for the person so they actually realize the pain and that your solution is the only solution. And don't fucking start before the money is in, right? Don't start before the money is in. That's it, guys. That's what I wanted to share with you guys. And I will see you in the next video.